You're listening to the Two Guys Talking Podcast Network.
Hello? This is Agent Zero! I watch and react to content so you don't have to, because everything starts with zero! This time, Agent Zero reacts to Star Wars The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 3, Destiny! Episode 3 starts with a visit to Brendok, a planet that had been mentioned previously, but oh no! Our visit is from 16 years ago? Does that mean that this episode is going to be a flashback episode? Better suit up, strap in, and prepare for this episode of The Acolyte on Disney+. Brendok is lush, green, and features a soundtrack that is straight out of a CW-inspired familial romp. One in particular is seen. It looks like a tree, in the same flavor of the Tree of Life from the Avatar films, except this one is far cheaper. It's faded, yellow, droopy, just like most of the existing storylines inside this program. This is apparently a bunta tree, native to this planet, and the source of the poison that Master Torben used to run himself through in a previous episode. A light blue alien creature flitters in Forrest Gump feather style into frame. It hovers in front of a young black girl sitting on an outcropping. The young girl uses what looks like the Force to manipulate the small bird-like creature, freezing it in midair. This is young Osha, who is interrupted by her almost twin-looking sister May, who has apparently been looking for her. Then, May also uses the Force to begin to torture the creature. And Osha pleads for her sister to stop. Stop! Shortly thereafter, they continue off into the woods, because woods are cool, and people romping through them is even cooler. They, of course, are running through their sing-songy, saccharine-flavored pseudo-song that we won't bother repeating here as they traverse the forest back home. In bursts Mother Coral, a horny toad-headed alien in a dark robe who scolds the girls for wandering around the dangerous area. Time for punishment! Quick and decisive! Hey, who is that? Behind the tree? Oh my goodness, it's a much younger Jedi Master Soul! Mother Coral and the girls finally arrive back home. It's a vast, but apparently left abandoned for them, stone fortress of tremendous size. This place is massive! Inside the massive fortress walls, a variety of people, all women, who are attending to a variety of daily tasks, duties, and efforts inside the town square that features some kind of machine reactor thing. I don't know. Hey, look, free spice creams! Time for the young ladies to have a snack, but snack time is shut down quick by Mother Coral. She's kind of a hard ass, don't you think? Mother Coral tells them that they can have some spice creams after the Ascension ceremony. What's that? I guess we'll find out in just a few short minutes. Oh, hey, in walks the young lady's other mother, Mother Anastasia, who wants the girls to have spice creams now. Aha! So it's the good mom, bad mom thing now, is it? Check. Time for a parental powwow, where Mother Coral and Mother Anastasia share that not only are the Jedi apparently on their way to visit, but we also learn that the all-lady group is a coven of lesbian space witches who are now safe inside this newfound mountaintop abandoned stone fortress. How lucky is that? Bad Mama Coral starts in on Anastasia, telling her that she needs to be more stern with the children if they're going to be successful in raising the twins. Anastasia thinks that Osha is just testing the boundaries because, that's what kids do. What an incredibly common relationship all of them have here, right? Later on inside the children's next training session, Mama Anastasia shares details about the thread. Something that is apparently woven through all of existence, kind of like the Force. She demonstrates the use of the thread by using it to levitate a piece of fruity awesome from the bowl on the adjacent table and makes it land in her hand. Man, all right. What a feat. Good grief, that's amazing. She explains more that the whole Force thing isn't the way to think about the thread. You see, you pull and tug on the thread to control it and guide your destiny. It even binds you to others. This all sounds kind of familiar. I wonder if the thread is also something that exists between, say, you and me and the tree and the rock. Everywhere. Everywhere. Once again, to demonstrate what the thread can do, Mama Anastasia uses the tried and true vampire apple coring hand shape to thread push one of her lesbian space witch coven members away from her. Just an observation, that looks a lot like force push to me. As the lessons continue, the girls are beginning to have an argument behind Mama Anastasia. Another lesbian Space Switch Coven member joins the other one in frame, and now it's time to showcase the power of 2. As Mama NSA then pushes 2 of them away with the thread push. Isn't this still the power of 1 showcasing the power of the 4, the thread on 2 people? And doesn't really have anything to do with the multiplying power they're applying to this situation? I think I'm confused. But just wait, because tonight is the Ascension Ceremony. Mama NSA promises that we'll all understand the power of many. Wow, I can't wait for the girls to continue to fight. Wow, can't wait. The girls continue to fight and showcase what is likely one of the quirkiest child actor offerings ever as Mama Anastasia puts them both in their place and on their asses with the thread. A strange rumbling is coming from the reactor inside of the stony mountaintop fortress, and the girls are hurried off to their room. Inside the room, Osha shares her disinterest in being involved in the Ascension Ceremony, and that she's not really interested in being an abandoned mountaintop fortress lesbian space witch like her mothers and her sister. What follows here is some very misguided parenting that focuses on the fact that the thread tied them both together from before they were born. Does that mean that neither of them can ever have any free will to do as they please as they become older? Again, I think I'm confused. Why do we have the threads that can be pulled and tugged on if your destiny in life is already chosen? That doesn't make any sense. Just because someone disagrees with one of their family doesn't mean that they don't love them. It means the 2 disagree. For example, someone in my family might say that this show is incredibly well written. I'm glad to hold their hand and say, you know what? I love you too, but it doesn't mean I agree that this show is wonderfully written. And actually, I think that it's terribly written. It's terribly on-the-nose writing, with a distinct lack of vision. Mama Anastasia continues with more sacrificial gobbledygook explanations that appear to foster the concept that the power of many is more than the power of 1. Is this the bend towards what was showcased inside of Star Trek about the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the 1? Because that is great writing, and circumstances where this is dreadful writing. Mama Anastasia continues to try to explain the benefits of being in the Coven here on this world. And from what we've seen so far, it's no wonder why someone wouldn't want to be interested in fostering a future that includes a dull, angry, contained existence inside this mountaintop, stony, abandoned fortress. That's not being young. That's wanting more for yourself than you're being offered, which is life. Time for more preachy, terrible child acting that just isn't how children and people talk to each other. Osha wants more. May is satisfied with everything she's got here inside the stony mountaintop lesbian space witch coven. We get it. And of course we're sure that we'll get more of this. It's time for Ascension! The thunderous drums and lo-fi chanting of the stony abandoned mountaintop fortress lesbian space witch coven begin on top of the mountain, where all of the witches are engaging in an interpretive dance that features the same vampire apple-coring hand shapes that Mama Anastasia was showing us previously. The drums stop. It's time to perform the Ascension Ceremony! It hasn't been performed since their exile. Where are the other children that were put through that ceremony exactly? Mama Anastasia exclaims that previously they were hunted, persecuted, and now they've gone into hiding inside a gargantuan stony mountaintop fortress, clearly visible to anyone that has any kind of electronic detection technology of any kind. She states that many consider what they're doing to be dark and unnatural. That is, until they were given the gift of life, i.e. the 2 twins, Osha and May, finally appear in 2 golden tunics, and well, all is strange. Time for the girls to claim their destiny. Yeehaw! The young ladies kneel, and the lesbian space witch coven begins to chant. Come on, everyone. You know it. Come on, everyone. All together, chime in now. The power of 1. The power of 2. The power of Mommies. What the fuck are we making? The unbridled power of the chant is strong. It harnesses the power of the thread, allowing our previously shunned, hunted, and forlorn coven of lesbian space witches to realize their true position in life. They are proud lesbian space witch seamstresses with the power to control threads aplenty. Everyone, all together now. The power of 1. The power of 2. the power of Mommies. As their chant continues, hey, look! The moons above the planet have apparently aligned to showcase an eclipse of sorts. Isn't that lucky? Mama Anastasia smacks her palms together and points towards the sky and... nothing of any kind happens. No special effects, no lights, there's nothing. Nothing of any kind. Not even some appropriately placed lighting that might help to showcase exactly where the $180 million for this program went. Nope. Zero. Zip. Nada. You know what, though? May is in like Flynn. She wants to be a building block in the future of the lesbian space witch seamstresses. Now it's Osha's turn. But wait a second. The Jedi are here? Oh my, that's inconvenient. The lesbian space witch seamstresses hide the children. That is until they choose to let the Jedi see the children. Okay then. Right. Initially, there are angry lesbian space witch seamstresses aplenty. But finally, after a short discussion between Master Jedis Indara and Soul, it's a bit more peaceful. That is until Master Jedi Soul gives Osha his lightsaber? What?
Look here, young Padawans. Never give up your lightsaber. In fact, you should go buy another lightsaber. You know who you should buy a lightsaber from?
Theory Sabers, that's who. High-quality lightsabers of every type, time, character, and you won't believe how incredible the sound is. Make sure you check them out and tell them that Agent Zero sent ya. Check them out now at TheorySabers.com. Code Theory10 gets you a discount, but don't wait. Act today, or the Dark Assassin will add you to her shortlist. Back to this intriguing episode reaction. After Padawan Torben is threateningly assaulted and given the same kind of killy black-eyed treatment that May showcased earlier in the series by Mama Anastasia. That's not very kind. That's kind of space witchy-bitchy. Mama Anastasia encourages the Jedi to leave, but eventually allows the children to be tested by the Jedi? What? If they're so threatened by everything that isn't of the lesbian space witch seamstress kind, then why bother giving them permission at all? Why is this show making things so hard for us as viewers? Why is it so clunky when it comes to writing? Oh, just wait. It's got more that's worse in store. Mama Anastasia then encourages and instructs both Osha and May to fail the test the Jedi are gonna give them. All right, now that's parenting. Osha and May head to the Jedi spacecraft and each have their blood taken? That might have been something to mention to the lesbian space witch seamstress mommies, no? Osha fails big at the test, but eventually trips over her own testing idiocy. And Master Soul calls her out on it, and finally she shares that she wants to be a Jedi! The good news is that Osha is on a far more likely brighter trajectory than she is now by jumping in with the Jedi. Bad news is... May ain't having any of that! In what is one of the strangest scenes ever concocted for the Star Wars screen, May walks in on Osha and exclaims that she won't let Osha leave. How will she stop her, you ask? By preventing her departure by throwing a bad child actor tirade for all to see? Nope. By doing something outlandish to make the Jedi think that they don't want someone of Osha's caliber in their ranks, perhaps. May says that she'll kill Osha rather than let her leave. Well, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? No, that doesn't. Not at all. Who wrote the gargantuanly cringe missteps inside this script? How did it get greenlit and manufactured? Most importantly, how is it thought that this would ever land for a Star Wars-centric audience? I have no idea. This is just amazingly bad. What we do know is that May nabs Osha's Jedi diary, compiled somehow, even though Osha and May have apparently been sequestered inside the informationless lesbian space witch seamstress drivel all their lives now, and lights it ablaze with an ornate-looking lantern. After burning the book, always a red flag event, regardless of the era, galaxy, or storytelling. That's not important right now. It's time to really turn the heat up. May has apparently set the entire stone room on fire! 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 But remember, if you want your podcast to be fire as well, you need to make sure that you secure the services of the Editor Core. There's a lot of editing work that goes into each and every episode of Agent Zero Reacts. If you're looking for great audio and/or video editing, make sure you check out the trained, seasoned professionals over at Editor Core. Editor Core have thousands of hours of podcast editing done over the last 20 years. Whether you're looking to grow your podcast editing portfolio or just need to dish off the audio or video editing so that you can capture more content, it's time to make your podcast soar with Editor Core. That's editorcore.com. Editorcore.com. Tell them Agent Zero sent you. Back to this intriguing episode reaction. It's a good thing that there's a quality fire suppression system that's left behind by those who abandoned the stony mountaintop fortress. Oh, wait, no, there's not. There's no suppression system of any kind, apparently. Huh? They locks OSHA inside the burning room. That's not very lesbian space witch seamstressly. Well, you know what? Maybe it is. OSHA, after calming her panic, is able to hotwire some strangely placed escape hatch door leading someplace, I don't know. So thankfully, she doesn't burn to death or die from smoke inhalation. In just a matter of seconds, the fire now adorns every surface of the room, clearly burning out of control! Much like this dumpster fire series. Just a few seconds later, large-scale group screeching from the gathered lesbian space witch seamstresses in the courtyard. Oh no! That's quickly followed by the entire reactor room that OSHA finds herself led to exploding! Shortly after the explosion, both of the children are left on two different sides of a terribly on-the-nose story element manifesting itself as a broken bridge. A broken bridge? What is this shit? Out of nowhere, Master Soul appears, and May shares with OSHA that
Mama's dead!
That all escalated very quickly, didn't it? Both sides of the bridge begin to give way, and very quickly, they collapse. Master Jedi Soul utilizes the tremendous power of the Force and is able to save both children, thereby verifying that the Jedi really do have the children's best interests at heart. No, wait, none of that happens. Both sides of the bridge begin to give way and collapse. Master Jedi Soul arrives shortly after May falls into the cavernous abyss that somehow appears inside of far too many Star Wars properties, but he is able to snag OSHA by the arm before she too falls into the crappily written doom below. As the two finally leave the reactor, cavern, pit, hole, thing, area, whatever, they pass by stacks of lesbian space witch seamstresses who are, for some reason, lying there dead, apparently in their tracks. I have no idea, who knows. What is this? How did all this happen? How did all this happen in such a short time? Are we supposed to assume that May did this? How could she have done all of this damage in such a short period of time? You know what, though? It's time to explain it all. Nope. Damn it. None of it's going to get explained inside this episode of The Acolyte on Disney+. Spotty patch fires are seen on their way out, and they pass what is apparently dead Mama Anastasia. What happened to her? I guess we're not going to find that out either. As the camera pans away from the previously serene mountaintop-based fortress, we see that it's all burning like a rich, roaring bonfire. What? What the hell happened here? What have the writers given us? Why are there still so many questions that we don't have anything in the way of cogent pathways to answer? Later, OSHA awakens to younger Master Soul comforting her. You see, they've taken her off-world and share that May started a fire that killed everyone and everything that OSHA has ever known. But you know what? That's okay, because now she can train as Jedi Master Soul's Padawan. Isn't that convenient? Strangely placed, back on Brandok, we pan down from the Boomta tree to find a somehow alive May? What? And to the next episode, we go! You've just listened to another episode of Agent Zero Reacts. You're a busy person, and Agent Zero watches, so you don't have to. Check out all of our episodes over at agentzeroreacts.com. That's agentzeroreacts.com. And remember, everything starts with zero.